Welcome back to Sunday's episode. On Wednesday, we installed one of our switch plates. However, we realized that we really don't like the switches we used.
That's it in all of its glory.
So in a future episode, we'll include building our new switch plate. But we also had a successful venture where we built a box that would house our fridge and double as a bench seat and storage. In today's video, we focus on building the frame for our bed. We also begin working on some plumbing and start a few installations. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
All right, welcome back to another day's activities. We're gonna focus on tonight is our bed. So I've been out here for not too long, but a couple minutes now, I will admit. Just like mocking things up, trying to figure out how we're going to build this. So yeah, I've got a pile of lumber sitting here. It's all cut to, I hope, is the right sizes. So let's just get started. I'll throw you on time lapse. So basically, this is where we're at with the bed. Might look kind of confusing as to why I'm standing in like a dip here. Basically, this is all gonna fit. It'll all be screwed together a little better. So basically, well, these 3 bars here, they're gonna be spread out evenly, and the distance between this bar and the back doors is roughly 5 feet. Now we want our bed to be more than 5 feet long. So the way we're gonna make our bed more than 5 feet long is we're actually gonna use these. So these are heavy-duty drawer slides. These are not the 500-pound drawer slides. These are 250-pound drawer slides. So one person could sit on the edge of the bed. I think it's gonna be plenty strong. These things are very stout. So basically, let me screw this on really quick, and then I'll explain kind of how this is gonna work. So basically, we're gonna have a drawer slide here. We're gonna have another one over here. So we're gonna have a section of the bed here that essentially you can extend. You're gonna be able to grab the front of it, pull it out, and it will extend this far, which is roughly, I think these are 16-inch drawer slides, so it's about 16.75 of an inch. So that's gonna make our bed plenty long. It's actually a little longer than we want it to be, but I think we can cope with that. So basically, yeah, this is where our bed's gonna sit. This is the way it's gonna work. But anyway, I think it's gonna work. You know, I'm fairly confident in this. It seems rigid, and it's only gonna get stronger. We're gonna brace this thing up even better than what it's braced now. So essentially, you can see it's kind of tight for headroom. It is what it is. I hope it's fine. This gives us, you know, you might think there's a lot of space under our bed. There is. It's mainly for a bicycle. I hope we ride these bikes. We better ride these bikes every day because we have sacrificed a lot of space for these bicycles. You know what? They're going to be inside, out of the weather. There's a lot of space under the bed. I think it's the right move. Yeah, basically tonight my plan is to brace between these, figure everything out in that aspect, and then yeah, I'm honestly not quite sure. I'm gonna just kind of take things one step at a time here. basically what we have going on here is we have our water pump, our accumulator tank, and our accumulator tank points towards the back, and at that point it's going to have a T and go in all the different directions that it's going to go in, and our water lines will flow, or it'll just go across. It'll then go to this corner of the bed, turn 90 degrees, follow the edge of the bed, go to this wall, and then go over. I'm very happy with how this turns out. And then in this little weird looking slot, we have this guy here. So this is our water filter system. So this is fresh drinking water, and that'll only be for drinking water. We're going to have the regular faucet, we're going to have a soap dispenser, and then we're also going to have this other tap that is for drinking water. It's filtered water. So the main reason we did that is because we don't want to have to lug around drinking water, and we're not quite sure where we're going to be filling up this water tank from. It might be from garden hoses, but who knows if the water that comes out of the garden hose is drinkable. So anyway, this is going to take care of that for us. I'm going to throw the water tank back up. So I'm not sure if we've gone over this before, but that is 26 gallons of fresh water, so roughly 100 liters. So we will have lots of water in the van. It's nice and tucked away. I'm very happy with how this is coming out. Alright guys, so as you can see, a little bit more progress has been made since that little last update there. This is the classic case of we ordered more parts, the parts came in a little late, and I kind of just went ahead and did a little bit, and I forgot to turn the camera on, I forgot to bring it with me. Anyway, we've made some more progress. Basically what we ended up doing is we ordered one more 90-degree threaded fitting that basically goes on the water pump or the accumulator tank. So basically, I think in the last clip I talked about how the water lines were going to run, how we were going to tee off of the accumulator tank, and this is a little bit better representation of what I meant. So we have this hose which comes off of the water tank. It goes into this side of the water pump through a little screen, through the water pump, through flexible hose. Now the reason you have to use this flexible hose is because this water tank vibrates as it works. It's just part of having it being a pump, it kind of moves a little bit. So into the accumulator tank, then it comes out of the accumulator tank and goes straight up. So it took us a while to figure out what kind of fittings we needed here, because this is 1/2 inch inner diameter rubber flexible hose. Now it goes on to fittings like this one down here. So you can see into that fitting there, it's kind of like a push lock style, so it kind of just goes over top of the barbs. So we had to figure out how to get it out of this 1/2 inch pipe into PEX with a solid seal. So we ended up getting a slew of different fittings, putting them together, and now it's into PEX. So now it comes out of the accumulator tank into the PEX line. Now that edge is going to go towards the cold water of the tap, comes this way, and it tees off. Now this is actually what was supplied in our kit for our filtered water system here. So this line goes, it's just going to go right into the back of the filtered water system, and then we're going to continue off of this line with this. Now at the very back here, we're going to mount this. So I think this is actually, I think it's an outdoor garden spigot for a house, but it kind of has like a quarter turn valve. So anyway, we got one of those that we're going to mount on the back here. So the reason we're going to put the garden hose at the back is so that we can ever hook a garden hose on, and that is for the most part our water setup. I think we're going to introduce one more ball valve into the water system so we can turn it off completely at the tank. I think that pretty much wraps up the water system in this place. Yes, we are going to do a little bit more plumbing when it comes to getting it all the way to the front, but that's going to be very straightforward. It's simply going to be just a bunch of this PEX line here. We've got a whole roll of this PEX line, both blue and red. So that pretty much wraps up our whole water setup over here. Thank you guys for watching. Nick from the future is gonna leave now, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. See you then.
So that's a wrap for today's episode. Please give this video a like and leave any comments or questions you have in the comment section below. In Wednesday's episode, we're going to begin building the storage cabinets that will go beside our bed. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll see you guys then.